Hi, welcome back. I'm Misty Winkler from Simply Convivial, and last time we talked about feeling that overwhelm and frustration as a mom and homemaker that we experience when the work that we are doing managing our home is so different than what we imagined it to be, what we wanted it to be, what we planned for it to be. That's normal and it's not uncommon, but that doesn't mean that we need to stay stuck there. So in this video, we're going to talk about how not to boom our way out of that frustration, going over the top, all in, because that leads by necessity to the following bust. The boom and bust cycle leads to more failure. And so we need a different way. I know when I was a young mom with just little kids underfoot all the time, it seemed like I was always tired, always busy, and yet never getting anywhere. And that weighs you down, that feeling weighs you down. But the solution to it is not to escape. It's not to find a better plan. It's to change that mindset and perspective that defines good work, that defines success as completing things and being finished with them, because that's just not the way our responsibilities as wives and mothers work. And so when we measure ourselves and our work by standards outside our domain, when we measure them by the standards of the world and academia or business, we fall short and we feel like failures and our case seems hopeless. But we need to come at our work with a mindset and a set of expectations that align with reality. We're caretakers. That is ongoing work. It's not going to be something that we can complete and move on from. And I know that as that reality dawned on me as a young homemaker in my 20s, there were many times that I just wanted to give up. In fact, there were many times I did basically give up, even trying. Let me tell you, things were not pretty when I gave up. But I know how tempting it is, and I know how frustrating it is to feel like you're not getting anywhere, no matter how hard you try. After many, many years of boom and bust and of give up and then get up and try again, God brought that conviction to my heart that I was making it about myself, that I was trying to define good or bad work by my own standards, the way I wanted things to go, rather than by His. I wanted my life to look the way I wanted it to look. I wanted my life to go the way I wanted it to go. And I kept running into the hard truth that it wasn't going to go my way. And it wasn't until I recognized my desire and my definitions as the problem, as a sin problem that I needed to repent of. And instead of setting up my own standards for how I thought things should go, I needed to submit to God's and to walk as a faithful servant and not as the creator and master of my own little world. And so over the years of not only overcoming my own issues with homemaking, but also in helping others do the same, I realized that there are three important pieces to finding satisfaction and fulfillment and even enjoyment in work that we might otherwise despise and disdain, that the world definitely does despise and disdain. Knowing that the world is wrong is not the same thing, though, as walking in light of the truth and loving what we ought to love, learning to love what must be done. To do that, to learn to love what must be done, we have to adjust our attitude, build better habits, and celebrate small wins. The ABCs. We need to go back to the ABCs. We need to adjust our attitude. We need to give up some of our own ideas and our own identity when those are set up contrary to God's will for our life. And as a little hint, God's will for our life is our sanctification, not our comfort, and definitely not us getting our way. Often us getting our own way is counterindicated to our sanctification. So we need to adjust our attitude, our expectations, our motivations, so that more and more they align with the way that God has made the world, the roles and responsibilities that He has given each of us, and that we are happy that His will for us is our sanctification, even though that basically means being happy that God's will for us is that life doesn't go our way. It's possible, and that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to build better habits. So the problem with the boom and bust cycle is that we actually try to do too much at once. We bite off more than we can chew. We try to wake up a brand new person. And it doesn't take too many days before that falls to pieces and we hit the bust part of the boom and bust cycle, the failure part. Instead, we need to take small incremental steps, making progress, but never expecting overnight results, overnight change, being ready to commit to the long haul, and being content to build those small, sometimes seemingly insignificant habits. But the thing is, one good habit easily stacks on top of another, and when we choose strong keystone habits to work on, we actually set the stage and the scene for other habits, other good habits to be built into our lives with intentional, ongoing effort. That's all a part of the picture there. And then finally, thirdly, the thing that helps us keep going with that and not give up and not just feel fatigued and tired with it all is to celebrate the small wins, to even notice them at all. When we get into perfectionism, into that boom and bust cycle, we think we will not be happy till we get to the end. And then the problem is there is no end, and so we're never happy. We need to notice the progress we are making. We need to notice the good things that are happening because we are walking in faithfulness, even if that doesn't look the way we would like it to look. We need to notice that change is happening, because when we notice it, when we notice what's working, even when it's small, we can build on that. Instead of being in always critical, analytical, tear down the problems mode, which is deconstructive, and bad habits do need to be deconstructed, torn down. But if we are always in tear down mode, we will never end up anywhere positive. We need to build brick by brick, and we need to notice each of those bricks along the way, because we can add another one on top of what's already there. To help myself also, and you, and many, many other women with these ABCs of homemaking, adjusting our attitudes, building better habits, and celebrating the small wins, I've set up Simply Convivial Continuing Education. It's like a resource center full of support and help and community and instruction that will help you focus on these 3 things and take those small incremental baby steps that will have lasting impact, not only on the state of your home, but on the state of your heart, your relationships with others, and your satisfaction at the end of a long day. Not because you've done everything on your checklist, but because you know that your attention went where it ought to have gone that day. That's not something that happens overnight. It's a skill we have to work on and build and grow in. And at Simply Convivial Continuing Education, that's what we're doing together. So in the next video, I'm going to share more about the details of continuing education, what it includes, how we do things, how it works, so that you can figure out if it's a good choice for you right now. But I think even now you can see why I continue to say repent, rejoice, repeat. That's what we need to do.